what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here at the Texas State Fair, but you know what? We're not just eating corn dogs and fried cheesecake, we're also covering some new vehicles. And I have something large and in charge right next to me. What is it? It's the all-new, updated 2025 Chevy Tahoe. This particular one is that trim that you love. This is the RST. But before we get into this full-size SUV from Chevy, let's talk about what's going on here. The Tahoe and the Suburban are getting some major updates, not only on the outside, but wait until I show you the interior. The good news is you're still gonna have the things that make these vehicles such a popular choice for people around the country still exists, especially underneath the hood. Now in this full-size segment, there's a lot of competition, especially from the rival brand from Detroit. Who's that? That's gonna be Ford with the Expedition. So what I wanna find out is, has Chevy done the right moves to make not only the Tahoe, but the RST, the full-size SUV to get? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this one and find out. Right off the bat, when you go RST, remember RST stands for Rally Sport Truck. And yes, even though this is not a truck, it does sit on the same box frame as the Silverado. Now at the front of the business is where you're gonna see some of the changes instantly. All new lighting, still having that split level setup where we have our separate LED daytime running lamps and LED turn signals, and then in the lower housing you have your LED projector beam headlight. Love the way that the satin steel metallic color intersects with the lighting, and then you are going to have functional large air curtains on the corners. Now as we work our way all the way down, a little bit of gloss black only on the upper lip. You do have LED fog lamps, and the rest is going to be flat black. But like I said, you're going to see a lot of blacked out accents because this is the sportiest version of the Tahoe. Now as we come across that blacked out bow tie, going back to the early 1900s with Louis Chevrolet, you're gonna have all gloss black on the grille, forward-facing camera, and then working our way down, you can see that satin steel color, one of my favorite colors in the palette, and on the lower portion, you have all flat black. Now, this will be open or not, depending on what engine you choose, and you do have 3 engine options. So as we take the elevator up, hood, nice big bold aircraft carrier style. Love the way you have the soft bend and then the peak in the center that rises up and evaporates. You're still gonna have your 3 engine choices. What are those? You're gonna have your 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 that puts out 420 horsepower. You're gonna have your 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 that puts out 355 horsepower, and you're still gonna have the 3 liter turbocharged Duramax 6-cylinder engine, where the one for that is that it almost puts out 500 pound-feet of torque. Rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive when it comes to your Tahoe. Now as we come around the bend, I hope you were a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because you're gonna get these Texas manhole cover size wheels, 24-inch wheels, first time ever on a Tahoe. Love the machined aluminum, that carbon flash metallic finish on the rest of the wheel. And like I said, 24 inches in diameter, tires are 285 on the width, 40 series on the sidewall, and of course they updated the Magna Ride suspension for 2025. And remember, General Motors is the company that invented Magna Ride suspension. Now coming down the side of the vehicle, you got a little bit of a combo of the satin steel, the gloss black with your 360-degree cameras. We got the Tahoe name nice and bold. And then on this particular RST, we have these fixed running boards. Let me know how you feel about it. I actually would prefer it without the running boards, but the good news is that they have plenty of real estate for you to climb on in, whether it be the front seat or the back seat. We do have our flush to the roof rails, and we have a panoramic sunroof in there. I can't wait to show you that. Coming towards the rear, the one zonk I have that I've had on this generation of Tahoe, a lot of gloss black on this rear portion of the passenger door. You see, I open up the door, this is glass, peekaboo. This is gloss black, a little too much. Coming towards the rear, still like the quarter window, and they did a great job on the back end. So you're gonna have this nice long roof spoiler, the wiper that swings down to clean the rear glass, and then the black straight across with that Tahoe name. And I love that RST badge. Look at the new lighting, full LED taillights and turn signals. And then working our way down to ground level, we have our flat black with the painted center portion of the rear bumper, some gloss black, and then we have that staggered quad tip exhaust. Nice quad tip, let that V8 sing if that's the engine that you choose underneath it. And of course you have the ability to tow a little over 8,000 pounds with this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what big things are in store for this Tahoe. All right guys, we are inside this 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe RST. Nice to see that they are bringing a lot of big changes, not only to the exterior, but also on the inside. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, guess what? I had a couple more kids. I gotta get rid of the small SUV and get something full size. How much is this? No official pricing yet, but expect it to be very competitive against the competition. We'll be bringing it to you when we get all the official numbers, but let's see what the interior brings for 2025 to the door panels. Absolutely love the clean style of the RST. Nice soft touch black material. RST brings you the red contrast stitching. And then as you work your way down, you have that nice large pocket where here at the Texas State Fair, you can get 2 fried Twinkies, deep fried Twinkies, no problem in that second holder. And then on the bottom, that's where you can fill it up with those Fletcher's crispy corn dogs nicely placed down there. We have the Bose sound system, and then going from the door panel with the Bose sound system to the dash, the soft touch material, the red stitching. I like the way they didn't do a bunch of gloss black. They brought some nice classy elements that aren't gonna provide fingerprint material all over the place. You do have your little, if you're trying to eat healthy a little bit, you got your banana there, perfect source of potassium, and then slide it on in, all new for 2025, that's 17.7 inches of infotainment system screen. You got your Google Maps, the whole Google Assistant package, and then all the familiar apps and icons that you know and love from Chevy. Check out the cameras. And this is something that they've always done well at Chevrolet, are the great resolution to the cameras, easily changeable. You want to protect those 24-inch wheels from hitting the curb? Guess what? You have your corner cameras to see all that. Very nicely done. And then they even have things like I was telling you about the Prime Video, Peacock, all the different apps. This is a mobile home in a lot of ways. You do have your real volume knob, and then working your way down, you do have 3 stages of heated seats, no ventilated seats on the RST trim, and you do have dual climate controls, which are nice. And you don't have to touch the screen for the climate controls. You actually have real toggle switches and knobs for that dual climate control, wireless charging, even for the largest of the cell phones. You got a USB-A, USB-C, 2 cup holders. This is really the only area gloss black here, and I'm good with that. Soft touch material with the stitching. Open it up, you could easily put, I would say, 2 NFL regulation footballs, because guess what? The Dallas Cowboys are playing this weekend. Who are you choosing, the Giants or the Cowboys? Seats, the leather, the stitching. Obviously, you're gonna get full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, and that ginormous panoramic sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the steering wheel in this 2025 Chevy. All right guys, business time. You do have 2 memory seat settings for the driver's seat. I do like the way they have the Chevrolet sill plate, nice aluminum simple sill plate. We have our seat controls, multi-adjustable. And these seats, guess what? They changed the materials and they changed the cushion. The cushion for the pushing of your body, they changed that so you feel really good in here. And then look at the steering wheel, the leather, the red contrast stitching. This does have Super Cruise, and you'll notice our all new 11-inch digital gauge cluster. Obviously, we're at the auto show. I can't take you for a spin yet, but I will show you all the information and a head-up display. So big screen sizes in this big SUV for 2025. Let's get into the mid row and the third row and see what we could bring for those passengers in the new Tahoe. All right, guys, backseat time, mid row style, lots of room. And the reason why I'm smiling is because I like the way that this one is appointed. First of all, the seats, the leather, love the way they changed up the cushion, a lot softer. They finally listened to the customers, I think. You have those large 11-inch screens, full touchscreen. You can see people have been touching it with their greasy fingerprints from eating their turkey legs here, but this is all wireless. So you could watch your Amazon Prime at home, and then when you're about to go for a ride, not when you're driving, but when you go for a ride, you could bring your Amazon Prime and watch your movie out here. Technology, it's wonderful. You have large pockets. This is where you're gonna wanna put maybe like your earbuds so that you don't lose them, especially if you lose them on a plane. Usually they have to take apart the whole seat. Don't ask me how I know that. You do have a command center with 2 cup holders, your AC controls with your LED layout, USB-C, HDMI, that's for your audio. And then of course you have your 12-volt home power source down there. Close that up. 2 USB-Cs, by the way, not just one. Love the way the screens kind of tilt very nicely. The soft touch, and now watch this. Now we're gonna get in the back. Lori wanted to do it, so we do whatever Lori wants to do. Look at all this room to get on in. Let me move this around here real quick. There we go. So Lori could show you how much room there is back here. This is good. This is what I talk about when I say, hey, you want to have passengers in the back that are comfy. You want to get a full size. There's USB-Cs. There's AC vents. I even got a little holder for some Yoplait yogurt back here, or a Go-Gurt. Probably a Go-Gurt, because you're probably going to have kids back here. But if you don't, maybe set me up with a Chobani if you have some. But feels pretty good. Why don't we go ahead, let's get into the cargo area and see what you could stuff in this Tahoe. All right, guys, obviously cargo area very important on any SUV, especially a full size like the Tahoe. With the third row up, you're still gonna see you're gonna get a generous amount of room in the back of the RST. We do have our switch gear nicely placed to lower those rear seats. Very nicely done. Obviously they'll lower all the way, but we have the mid row a little high, and then you could bring it right back. Tons of storage underneath for all your favorite fried food from the Texas State Fair. And then obviously fold all the rows down. That's gonna give you almost 100 cubic feet of space. But these are the things that we like to bring to you before they hit the dealerships so that you have an idea of what the new vehicles are offering. Quite impressive what they've done with the Tahoe. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Did Chevy nail it? Did they do it right for this full-size SUV? But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Of course, we need to thank Lori Raiti, working that camera like the hardest worker she is. She's amazing. Let her know in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.